Good morning, folks. Good morning. Hope everybody is doing wonderfully this morning. Just want to double check, make sure that I'm on. And I'm on. Whew, Thursday morning, afternoon, if you are in Ontario or Eastern Canada. I am in Vancouver in the West here, and just going to do a little bit of a warm up today. So today's not going to be as intense. I'm going to make today more of a recovery day for you. So active recovery. We're going to talk a lot about brain coherence and basically movements to create more brain coherence throughout the brain. And so that movement it's going to be very non-invasive. It's going to be very, very easy. So if you are a beginner or not even necessarily a beginner, but if movement is something that you are desiring to incorporate more into your life again or for the first time, then this would be a perfect session for you. We'll probably get a little more intense as we go. I brought my skipping rope. I brought my towel to be able to do some towel work as well. But essentially, yeah, we're going to start nice and easy. And I'm just in a little bit of a squat here, just warming up the body, warming up the legs. All right, so you can just get down into a squat position as deep as you can go. And just kind of waddle back and forth. Put your arms in between or your elbows in between your legs and your knees and pushing them out. Right, and you can start to just kind of move around a little bit, rocking back and forth on the feet from side to side. You're going to start to increase your flexibility, your hip mobility a little bit. All right, so just playing with that a little bit, and then you can start to just shift from side to side. All right, so you're going to bend. Oh, yeah, get the cobwebs out this morning. Woo! Right, just side to side, so you're stretching out the inner thigh a little bit. Right, and you can even, again, just play with, so the side that's bent, this side, right, you can see, I don't know if you can see, but try to keep your foot flat on the floor, and then same thing with the other side. Try to, the leg that's straight, try to really keep the sole of the foot on the ground as well. And you can just shift from side to side. You can use your hands with this, right? And then as you get loosened up, you can just move from one side to the other. Take the hands out of the equation, so the load is going through the legs. So again, this is just a perfect warming up the lower body, starting to get the blood flowing a little bit. So nothing crazy today. We'll amplify it as we go a little bit, right? But just more of a mobility, flexibility, get some movement going today. And then you can come upright a little bit and just, I always like to throw my hands in behind my back. Just starting to stretch out the shoulders, the arms, hamstrings at the same time. So, just be careful with any of the neck stuff, because you can you can end up cranking the neck, and then you can have like a, kind of a pinch trap and that sort of thing, which is never fun. I've actually just had that recently, so so yeah, just be careful of that. And then you can come up, bring the legs a little bit closer together, shake with the hips, get the hamstrings in there a little bit. Right. And again, just side to side, especially if you're sitting a lot. If you're sitting at work, desk job, throughout the day, the hips can get really tight. So just playing with different types of movements, you can kind of reach out, stretch a little bit. So you're starting to warm up the back and stuff. Again, if this is kind of new for you, or if you're not used to doing any kind of movement, this would be perfect just to get you started again, right? Sorry, I'm trying to find some music. Can't do this stuff without music. I'll be right back. So, and obviously, love to hear from you. What you're doing in terms of exercise, what you're not doing. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, I want to make sure that. Oh, yeah. So I actually did a lot of kung fu movements yesterday, and some dance, and then some headstands and handstands and different things like that. So my hips are a little bit tight, so I just want to make sure. See here, so down on all fours, and you're just going to rock side to side. And this is going to create some mobility in through the hips. It's going to start to loosen the hips up a little bit. And then I'm going to just bring one leg forward. It's a little bit of modified yoga, maybe. I know yoga people, the yogis, yoginis would give me shit for saying that because it's not really yoga, but hey, I'm stretching. I'm all right, so just kind of play with it. Get into just starting to warm the body up, mobility, warming the hips up, stretching things out. All right. And now, so again, just keeping this light mobility movement in mind, and this is where the brain coherence starts to come in. I don't have the greatest setup here, but it's going to have to do. And so with this, essentially you're going to start feet shoulder width apart. Your hands are going to be palms faced up. And we're just going to rotate side to side. And this one is actually, so again, really good for the spine. We're creating that mobility in through the spine. And you want to make sure that as you go, you're starting to rotate the head as well. And just pick a spot at the center line behind you where your head and your eyes are going to meet as you come around each time. Right? And as you're doing this, so this is where the mind to muscle to spiritual mastery starts to flow in, right? So, Ali Palacios pasa y termina y mi eres en clase también. I still have to learn my Spanish, so if you can translate that for me. Maribel, have a great day. Hola, Senor Lee. Hola, Maribel. I understood that. So Now, this is where the mind to muscle comes into play. So as we're doing the movements, right, I'm going to challenge you to choose a word and associate that word with an image, right? So love, wholeness, optimal health, whatever that is. And I want you, so if we choose optimal health, I want you to see yourself, create the image in your mind of having an abundance of energy, really feeling physically fit, healthy, having good sleep, like being centered, focused, right? And that health, that optimal health, that's your word, and you're going to say it just like a mantra in your head. So optimal health. And as we're doing this movement, right, you're thinking and saying optimal health, right? And because of the way we're moving, we're going to bring more coherence into the brain. And because we're focused on optimal health, that's what's going to start to rewire the brain. So essentially, we're in our most neuroplastic state when we're moving, but it's got to be intentionalized, focused movement, and that's where the mantra comes into play. Right? Just optimal health. Think optimal health, optimal health, and then that brings up the image of that optimal health. Right? That optimized energy. You have an abundance, overflowing amount of energy. Every day you're energized, you're feeling fantastic. Right? Now this one, we're going to actually start with the thumbs. You're going to come up to the side, around, and back down. Right? So basically we're going to make a figure 8. And you're going to follow that figure 8 with your eyes and your head. Again, great for spinal mobility. And as you continue this movement, following with your eyes, right? You've got your mantra, optimal health, optimal health, optimal health, optimal health. Just say it, just like a mantra in your head. And as you continue to say it, you're rewiring the brain at the same time. And as you rewire the brain, that optimal health, those words are going to be associated with pictures of optimal health, right? So see yourself running on an abundance of energy. Keep that going. Keep that movement going. An abundance of energy, and that abundance of energy is just going to continue to translate and go into every area of your life, right? So, and again, the subconscious program that is in our subconscious mind, or the paradigm of how we used to see ourselves, the brain is literally going to rewire, and you're going to make new neurological connections. And these neurological connections are going to stay and rewire the brain much faster than if you were just sitting meditating or doing something else, because of the movement that's incorporated. So we're going to switch it now. So instead of leading with the thumbs, you're going to now lead with the pinkies, and we're going to go in the opposite direction. Again, following the hands with the eyes. You can do it nice and slow. And again, just thinking optimal health, optimal health, optimal health, optimal health, optimal health, optimal health, optimal health. Keep it going, optimal health. Okay, so you can see how we haven't really done a whole lot, but you're already starting to sweat. We're going to go back to this one. So palms facing up. Again, just full rotation. Right, pick that space behind you with your eyes and find that spot. Right, rotate, rotate. Optimal health, optimal health. Keep it going. Optimal health. Keep it going. Optimal health. Okay. So now we're just going to take it up. Okay, so essentially almost like we're opening something from above, like a little, I don't know, a little trap door or something. So we're going to start with the hands in close like this. And again, we're just going to follow it with our eyes, right? So you're up here, and we're going to rotate. Rotate one way, rotate the other. Rotate one way, rotate the other. Optimal health, Optimal health. Follow with the eyes. Optimal health. All right, so we're bringing a great deal of mobility in through the spine. Optimal health. Optimal health. Optimal health. And then we can widen the hands a little bit. Right, so open them up. Optimal health. Optimal health. Optimal health. And really rotate as far as you can. Optimal health. Optimal health. Optimal health. Keep that going. Right? Optimal health the whole time. Okay, so this one, just like we're picking up a sack of potatoes or something and throwing it over our shoulder, right? So you're going to bend. Just going to put this down a little bit again. So we're going to bend, right? Most of the weight is on my right side, and I'm going to throw it over my left shoulder. Right? So starting, set, throw it over the shoulder, throw it over the shoulder. And just we'll go 8 each side. Throw it over the shoulder, throw it over the shoulder. Good. Remember your mantra. Optimal health, optimal health. Right? Opposite side. Good. Keep it going. Optimal health. Optimal health. Keep it going. Just a little bit of movement this morning. That's all. Nothing too crazy. Throw it over the shoulder. Now we're going to come as if we're pulling a rope down from the top and coming down the opposite way. So pulling it down. Pulling it down. Optimal health. Pulling it down. Optimal health. Optimal health. See yourself in optimal health. Pull it down. Follow with the eyes. Pull it down. Pull it down. Pull it. Good. Pull it. Pull it. Pull it. Good. Okay. Opposite side. Pull it down. Optimal health. Pull it down. Optimal health. Beautiful. Keep it going. Optimal health. Pull it down. Pull it down. Pull it down. Pull it down. Couple more. Pull it down. Optimal health. Good. We'll come back to this. All right, so you can see how you're just starting to get that blood flowing. Starting to rewire the brain. Keep that going side to side. Optimal health. Optimal health. Keep it going. I'm just going to shift setup here because the table became available, so I'll be able to get off of the floor here. Uh-oh. Got a little bit of rain starting, so hopefully I don't have to shut things down, but we will see. Okay. So this one, you're just going to basically touch the opposite shoulder. Hand's going to come out behind you. You're going to come all the way around again. All right, so rotating more from the upper body. And again, find that spot behind you, that center space. Rotate it and meet it with the eyes. Right? And again, just like your mantra, optimal health, optimal health, optimal health. Right? Just thinking optimal health. And every time you think that, keep seeing that image in your mind of you optimally healthy, optimally energized. With more than an abundance of energy, with more energy than you need, with new ideas and creativity and ease and flow in your life, right? So see that's the picture that you see when you say your mantra, optimal health. 2 seconds, keep that movement going. Okay, so as we continue here, so movements a little more resistance, a little more body weight resistance involved. right, so we're just gonna do a pike push-up. Okay, so this is primarily shoulders. Primarily shoulders. Right. And you want to make essentially a tripod, right? So your feet and your hands are going to be like this. The closer you are together, the harder it's going to be and the more shoulder you're going to hit. Right? So okay, so keep that going. Just bring the head right down to the floor. Beautiful. Keep it going. Go 3 more. Beautiful. And then we're gonna add a back exercise. So if you back and biceps we're gonna do. Okay, so if you don't have a towel, go and get one. Right. I've got these microfiber towels that I'm going to be offering people along with essentially a full towel program, right? And this is just some of the exercises that you can do. So today we're going to do a back exercise. So you want to be nice and tall. You're going to use your one leg at a time, and we're going to do 5 each side. So essentially nice and tall. And as you're pulling in with the arms, you're going to be resisting with the leg, and then you're pushing out with the leg and you're creating resistance with the arms in the back. Right? So the cool thing with this is you're able to really put a load through the leg and the back, so the lower body and the upper body at the same time. And you're also able to keep tension on the muscle throughout the entire range of motion, which typically is a lot harder to do with resistance machines and weights. Okay, now after 5, switch legs. Coming in, resisting with the leg, pushing with the leg, resisting with the back. Resisting with the leg, pushing with the leg, resisting with the back. Now don't forget your mantra. What is it? Optimal health. Optimal health. So this is where that mantra really starts to rewire the neurology in the brain. Optimal health, right? Or let's switch it up. Let's choose love. Okay, so let's choose love. So what's the image, or what is the thing that really promotes the feeling of love within you? Is it your kids? Is it an animal? Right? So attached to that thing or things in your life that you would associate with deep love. And I want you to see that picture while you're saying the mantra of love. And just keep saying it over and over and over again while you're moving through the movements. Now we're going to move into just a bicep exercise. So this one you're going to be flat on the floor. Make sure this works. Make sure you can see me. And again, that same resistance. So you're going to want to keep both shoulders on the floor and your head. Okay, I'm good here. So, and then as you do it, you're going to bend that leg and you're going to resist with the arms. So resisting with the leg as you're pulling in with the arms. And then resisting with the arms as you're pushing out with the leg. Okay, so what's that mantra? You can stick with optimal health, or you can switch it to love. Push it out. Push it out. Love. Optimal health. Love. You can switch back and forth. Optimal health. right? And again, the whole concept with the mantra, because we are moving, our brain is in its most neuroplastic state, and that is the brain's ability to change structurally and functionally. And so you can just do mindless movement, or you can intentionalize it and you can focus on a word, and that word is associated with a picture. So you are literally rewiring the brain. You're making new connections in the brain while you're moving. So we're using the external stimulus to create an internal shift or an internal change. So we're going to go back to, we're going to do these 3 exercises again. We're going to go back to the pike push-ups. Right, so bringing the feet in, down. Right, and again, just do 8 to 10. If you're finding these a little harder, do 4 to 6. Right, so just go with what you feel comfortable with. Right. Hope you have your music going here. I got some going. Then we're going to shift back to seated row. Right. Again, just really resisting with the leg and pushing with the leg, resisting with the back. Keep your head and eyes neutral. And then again, focus on that mantra. What is it? Love, optimal health. Choose one that really works for you. And then really find the images that really excite you, that really bring that word to life, that you can really focus on. And that's what's going to allow you to really start to rewire the subconscious mind, the subconscious programming. You see, the subconscious is programmed, unbeknownst to us, from the ages of 0, or actually right out of the womb, right in the womb, to 6, 7 years old. We're in delta and theta brainwave frequency, and essentially that is recording everything that's going on around us. And those recordings program the subconscious mind with beliefs, habits, and patterns of who we think we are, right? So if you've had an aversion to exercise or money, money's the root of all evil, or, like a lot of that stuff, those are programs that reside in the subconscious mind. And so in order to rewire the subconscious mind, we need to first find a focus or a word. We need to associate that word with a picture. We need to return to that word over and over and over and over and over again, right? And we need to do it when our brain is in a prime state for neural pruning, for rewiring. And that state is called neuroplasticity, and that is at its highest point when we are moving. So we want to make those movements intentional movements. Okay, so again, just pulling it in and resisting as we stretch it out. Pulling it in, resisting as we stretch it out. Pull it in and resist and stretch. Pull it in, resist and stretch. So you can do these seated or you can do these lying down. Starting to feel that. How are you guys doing out there? All right, you can switch it up a little bit. So I'm going to do a little more of a high pull, so a little less back, a little more shoulders or posterior deltoids. All right, and again, you can resist as little or as much as you're able. So just do 3 to 4, 4 to 5 each side. Right, elbows nice and high. Again, just really conscious of that you're squeezing evenly on both sides. Try and keep the traps down. This is where you can start to feel it in through the traps, and those can get tense, so keep those down. Right, but raising the elbows at the same time. Good thing with the towel is you have something to wipe your brow. So I'm just going to check in. So just take a little rest if you're still with me here. Ali Palacios Paz. Oh, okay. Pura vida Ali. Pura vida helper, I believe. Hope I said that right. Yeah, folks. Thanks for joining in, and thanks for committing this exercise time for yourself. I hope you've been trying the mantra, because it really does change the workout. Right, so what's your mantra? Is it love? Is it optimal health, divinity, ease, flow, courage? You know, whatever it is, whatever you want to work on in your life, bring that mantra into your workout sessions. And we're going to go back to the plank push-ups. Right, so, and the closer you bring the feet in to your hands, the harder it's going to be. Right, the further away, the easier, and the more chest. So this is more shoulders, and then you can pick one side up if you want. Right, so there's different things that you can do to change the intensity. Today, before today. Okay, so going to the back again. So back, seated row. Little bit of movement. Today's just a nice, easy day. Right, we went a little crazier the last couple of sessions. So this one, we're really keeping the elbows into the sides. Pulling it straight back. Again, as you pull back, you're resisting with the leg. Now I'm pushing with the leg, and I'm resisting with the back and upper body. Pull it in. Push it out with the leg. Resist. Pull it in. And resist. And again, just make sure you're keeping the eyes forward. Right? You don't want to be too looking around too much or anything like that, because that's just going to crank the neck. Right? So keep the eyes forward. Resisting with the leg, pushing with the leg, resisting with the back. Movement comes in, pushing and resisting. Same time, simultaneously. Upper body and lower body, same time, both getting work, both getting some tension. Tension on the muscle throughout the entire movement, throughout the entire range of motion, the same amount of tension. Before today. Okay, so we're going to go back again. Going to hit the bicep. Make sure the head is flat on the floor. And push it out. So resisting with the leg, pulling with the arms. And push it out. If you want more of a stretch in the leg, keep the leg straight. Woo! All right, so you're getting a stretch at the same time as you're doing the movement and strengthening the muscle. And then there's a load going through the leg, the lower body, and the arms, the upper body. So it's a much more intense workout than you would ever imagine with with a towel. Right? There's so many benefits. So not to mention the grip. The grip gets very fatigued as well. So you're focused on so many different areas, so many different components that you can weave into this. Again, you can keep the legs straighter and do little bit more of a flexibility thing. But it really is. I mean, like I said, you wouldn't think that it was going to be anything too exciting with a towel, but it really does give you the capacity to really shift things up, to feel it, to be more symmetrical, to increase your range of motion, to put a load through the upper and lower body at the same time, to have the same amount of tension or resistance throughout the entire range of motion within the movement. And then you include the mantra with it and some of the brain coherence stuff, and all of a sudden, you know, you've completely shifted your workout from a one-dimensional, dare I say, meathead. And this is speaking of myself, you know, just grunt and grind and rah type of a workout, to a more intentional, a more focused, a more neurophysiologically challenging type of movement session. So let's go back to the plank push-ups again. All right, so remember that mantra, right? What's your word? Is it love? Is it abundance? Is it gratitude? Is it flow? So gratitude being the ultimate state of receivership, if you're focused on gratitude, you can focus on the things that you're grateful for in your life throughout your workout. So every time you say gratitude, boom, I'm grateful for the sleep that I had. Gratitude, boom. I'm grateful for my kids. I'm grateful for the food that's on the table. I'm grateful for the roof that's over my head. I'm grateful for clean water. I'm grateful that I'm able to brush my teeth. I'm grateful that I'm able to move. I'm grateful for my health. And what we're grateful for, more of that shows up in our lives. So gratitude is a really great mantra for you to have to add to your workout. And again, so as you go through the movement, I'm grateful, boom, that I'm able to move. I'm grateful, boom, that I'm able to be healthy. I'm grateful that I'm able to be outside, right? And so this attitude of gratitude being the ultimate state of receivership, and because you're moving, because there's a vigorousness, there's a passion involved with movement, you are marrying those thoughts with elevated emotions in the body, and those elevated emotions are what draws more of what you are thinking about to you, right? So pulling it in, gratitude, boom. Pulling it in, gratitude, boom, right? Gratitude, boom. So what are you grateful for? Think about it. Feel it, right? Gratitude. Gratitude, use the back and the legs simultaneously. Pulling it in, resistance. Pulling it in, resisting with the leg, squeezing the shoulder blades at the back, right? And then resisting with the upper body and pushing with the leg. Woo! All right, so I'm pinching the shoulder blades together. I'm trying to keep my shoulders down, right? And again, you can use the towel as a feedback mechanism for that. Now with this one, I'm actually going to raise my elbows. So I'm going to get more of my upper back involved, my upper back and shoulders, my posterior deltoids. All right, so you can see the difference there. All right, so one was more back with the elbows down at the sides. This one is more upper shoulders, scapula, bring the shoulder blades together. And posterior deltoids. Woo. can get a little pinchy in through the trap, so just be conscious of that. Right? So elbows high, pulling it in. Elbows high, pulling it in. Depending on your flexibility, you can, that's going to change how far you're able to bring that in. But as you continue to do this, your flexibility is going to increase as well. All right, so we've got so much going on today. We've got the brain coherence. We've got the mantra, love, divinity, holiness, abundance, gratitude. I really like gratitude, so weave in that gratitude. Then you've got the upper body, lower body working at the same time. You've got resistance throughout the entire range of the movement. You've got the ability to increase flexibility. You've got different positions. So you're going to, every time you hit a different position, you're going to recruit different muscle fibers. All right, so just pulling that in. Again, if I decide to keep the legs straight, I feel a stretching through the hamstring. It's actually painful because I need to stretch my hamstrings more. Right, or if I bend more and resist more. Okay, so again, you can play with this. It's very, very versatile. Okay, and get creative. Come up with your own. And if that's not your thing, well, I've got a whole routine that I've created with the towel, and I'm going to be having these microfiber towels for sale with the routine. So you can always check that out. Pushing it out. Just a couple more, finish it off. Stretch it out. Ooh, felt that one in the hamstring. Hammies, yeah. Again, just keep the, as best you can, keep the eyes and head straight forward. Okay, let's do, we'll do one more round. Actually, is that 4? Let's do one, we'll do one more round. I'll be right back. So super chill workout today. We had the mobility stuff. All right, we had all the mobility stuff, which was here, side to side. All right, we had following the arms, right, following the hand position with the eyes. Right, it's touching one arm to the other. We had grabbing a sack of potatoes and throwing it over the head, again following with the eyes, both sides. We had pulling that rope down, both sides. Right, and then we had the pike push-ups, which this will be our last set. So one more set of pike push-ups, back rows, upright rows for the shoulders and the bicep curls. And all the while, we are rewiring the brain. We are using the efficiency of our time and our intention to focus on a word, like a mantra. So right now we're focused on gratitude. And every time you think of gratitude, you're thinking of things in your life that you're grateful for. And gratitude is the ultimate energy of receivership. So you'll be receiving more of what you're grateful for. More of that will show up in your life. We're rewiring the subconscious mind, the brain, to perceive and look for more things to be grateful for. And because we're moving, the movement is creating a vigorousness, a passion, a feeling, or an elevated emotion that is associated with the word and the picture that you're thinking of. And so you're creating an internal change. You're literally rewiring the brain and body neurologically and chemically, and then drawing that of what you're thinking of to you because of the elevated emotion that is increased because of movement. Hope that made sense. Right, so last one, plank push-up. Again, the closer the feet are to your hands, the harder it's going to be, the more shoulder is going to be incorporated. Right, keep going. Don't forget your mantra. Gratitude. What are you grateful for? Think about it. Feel it. Grateful for your kids, grateful for your animals, you're grateful for the beautiful day outside. Breath. Be grateful for your breath. Every day you get to live. You get to experience physical reality. Be grateful for that. Be grateful for the clean water that you get to drink, for the people in your life. Be grateful for the challenges that you've had to go through that have made you so resilient and strong, that have made you who you are. Right? So much to be grateful for. Friends, family, pets, children. Grateful that you're able to move. Right? I'm so grateful for this towel that is both a workout apparatus and a sweat rag. Grateful for my wireless headphones for music. Fucking love music. All right, so pull it in. Resistance, upper body and lower body. Resistance, good. Resistance, upper body, lower body. And push it out. Resist. Push it out. Good. Let's do one more this side. Resistance. And push it out. Beautiful. Other side. So what we do to one side, we want to make sure we're symmetrical. So again, keeping the eyes forward. And what are you grateful for? Remember it. Gratitude. Right? So you can see how it starts to really be a challenge. You can focus on the movement, right? And oftentimes that movement will supersede the intention. So you've got to choose to focus on gratitude. You've got to remind yourself gratitude, love, abundance. Right? What are you grateful for? What we're grateful for shows up more in our lives. We're rewiring the brain, subconscious mind. Every time you say gratitude and associate that with a picture, while you're moving, you are rewiring the subconscious mind. It's called neuropruning. Right? And the more that you return to that focus, anything that is not in alignment with that, any old wiring or old beliefs that are wired in the subconscious mind that start between the ages of 0 to 6, 7 years old, that begins to be rewired. So with this one, I'm just bringing the elbows a little bit higher, right? Right, so getting a little bit of posterior deltoids, pinching the shoulder blades together at the top. Working the rhomboids in between the scapulars. Right, and again, just keeping the eyes and head forward. Because as soon as you're doing this, you're going to start to have tension in through the neck and shoulders. So just see, I can feel it when I start to get a little too shruggy. And then the last one for today, biceps. So we're going to do it lying down again. I'll show you both actually. So we'll do first one lying down, pulling it in, and resisting. So when I pull it in, I want to make sure both shoulders are getting out the floor. And then when I push it out, both elbows are on the floor. Right? And that makes sure that you've got a symmetrical motion going through the entire body, the entire chain. And as you continue this, and don't forget your mantra. What is it? Gratitude. What are you focused on? Gratitude. Right? And you can change these again. So I'm going to do this one upright. So my leg stays straighter. I got more of a stretch in through the hamstring. Right? And then I can put that load through the arms at the same time. Keep the head straight, and don't forget what we're getting, aren't you? Gratitude, right? What are you grateful for? Gratitude. Gratitude, legs straight, feel the stretch. Gratitude, push it out, resist. Right, so this one is resisting through the leg. And then as I resist with the arms, I'm pushing through the leg to finish that off. And you can play with different hand positions, right? You can play with different things. But essentially, I'm going to leave it there today for you folks. So first of all, I want to thank you for those of you who tuned in, for those of you who took that 45, 50 minutes for yourself to train, to move a little bit. Today was a nice, easy one, more of an active rest day. We did a little bit of upper body. We used the towel a little bit. We did a lot of brain coherence stuff. And so I really encourage you to take that mindfulness, that intentionalized focus, and those mantras into your workouts. Just play with them, right? And it's kind of like patting your head and rubbing your tummy at the same time, right? It's a bit of an acquired taste, and you really have to work at it. But if you can get into that frame of mind when you start your training session and do it throughout, you're going to feel vastly different at the end of whatever movement session it is, whether it's yoga, whether it's resistance training, whether you're dancing, gymnastics, whatever it is. If you can get into that intentionalized, focused state, use that mantra, associate it with a picture, you're going to rewire your brain. You're going to change the chemistry in the body. You're going to bring more coherence to the brain, and you're going to feel completely different at the end of your training session. So if you have any questions about that, please feel free to reach out. You can private message me. If you're interested in the towel or these sessions, eventually are going to move into our connected community. And it's a subscription model. So the connected community essentially is a community where we're going to be doing these live workouts every Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're going to be doing question and answer sessions. We're going to be doing theme and topics. We're going to have coaching tools for you, live and recorded meditations, live and recorded breathwork sessions. And it really is a community for you of like minds, for you to share your stories, your journeys. So if you want more information about the connected community, reach out about that. We're going to be building that for you so that you have a kind of a one-stop shop resource center. We've got optimization tools for you to really take your health and your wellness to the next level, from gut health testing kits to water structuring devices to recommended supplementation, CBD oils, organic grow towers to grow your own vegetables. You name it, it's in there. Love to hear from you. Love that you joined me and took this time for yourself. And yeah, just remember to be grateful, to take this into all that you do and all that you are. And have a beautiful day. Thank you again for joining me and taking this time for yourself. And much love. Have a beautiful day. Peace, love. See you next time.